Welcome to Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet you can find an uncensored version of me. I'm Rachel Ballinger. Off camera is my assistant / friend. She'll make me say best, Emily Brostaff. And a while ago, I asked you guys on Instagram to send me your awkward questions, things you were scared to ask your parents, your friends, or even Google. And you guys asked a lot, and I've saved a bunch, and I'm gonna finish up answering the ones I deemed correct to answer. Right? Funny? Good? The ones I liked. So I'm going to finish up answering your awkward questions this podcast. How's everybody doing? Can't hear you. Don't care. Love you. Emily, ask me the first one. That was a lot. I just need a break from myself. Okay, continue. Go.
Okay. What does coming actually mean? And is it coming with a U or coming with an O?
Well, there's two words. C-O-M-I-N-G. Coming means I'm coming to a party. I'm coming with you. That is just an English term that is not dirty at all. It means you're going, but you're gonna do it. The C-U-M is come. That's the dirty one. And that one, it's not dirty. It's just the other word for orgasm. Is this a legit question? I mean,
yeah.
Is this someone's really want to know what coming means?
Yeah, what does it actually mean?
It means to orgasm. In layman's terms, to orgasm. So C-U-M, come, means orgasm. C-O-M-E, come, means you tell your dog to come to you. That it sounds wrong. Now everything just sounds dirty. But to orgasm, which means if you want to know what an orgasm is, no one can quite define the feeling of an orgasm, but it's the peak sexual pleasure in which you can experience. And that's, yeah, I mean, for a dude, it's when he shoots out his stuff and orgasms. For a girl, I mean, most girls actually don't squirt. Like, if they're squirters, they don't actually squirt when they come. They can simultaneously, but it's like they squirt and then later they come. It's not Emily's giving me a face. Squirting doesn't mean coming for a girl.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a girl can come, she can squirt, and then later come, she can squirt and come at the same time. Squirting isn't related. It's like a different thing.
Well, okay. I'm so confused. Okay, so when you squirt, it's not because you're coming. It can just happen randomly?
Not randomly. Something has to be triggered. But yeah, it's a different thing than coming.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But does it feel the same? Like almost the same? To someone that maybe has done this? Not you, but someone else? Have you read online once?
Emily, as far as I know, to my knowledge, that we don't know why I have the knowledge, it's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
How are you ready for this one?
Oh, I'm ready. I feel like that was I feel like I should have gone in more depth question, but come, C-U-M is an orgasm. You go, I'm coming when you're orgasming. That's what some say.
Yeah.
We're starting this episode off strong. Hi, everybody. I told you it's not even uncensored. It's just dirty version. It's not, I guess. I don't know. Continue.
Okay. How do you lick a pussy correctly? Because someone said I was bad at it.
Here's the thing with women, and that I've learned. I'm listening to lesbian podcasts and stuff. I actually listened to just Ashley Gavin's podcast, who I'm going to be on her podcast soon. But I was trying to catch up on some episodes, and they just talked about it, and I very much agree. And every woman I talk to also agrees. Every woman's body is completely different. And Ashley mentioned on her podcast, you can't say you're good at sex as a woman because every body is different. So what is good to one partner might be bad to another. So that is why I think to be good at sex as a woman in a female relationship is communication. If you're able to communicate, because each body is completely different. Each person likes a very different thing. Some people might like a soft, flat tongue. Others might like a more pointed, hard. Some like gentle, some like rough. So your bad to one person might be great to another. So that means you have to be good at eating someone out. they have to communicate and you have to follow direction and you can't take offense to it. If they say, no, do this instead, you can't be like, what? No, I was doing it fine. You weren't. You clearly weren't. Each woman likes to be eaten out. I mean, there are some who probably like the same, but each woman is different. So to be good for someone means that they have to tell you what they like and you have to be willing to ask. Sometimes it's hard to bring that up, but yeah. So to eat out a woman correctly, you have to be like, well, what do you like? What do you want me to do? And if they don't know, then that's when you experiment and you try new things and you have to take direction. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Would you agree, Emily?
Yeah.
Did you take direction well?
I just took some notes. Thank you.
You're welcome. But there are a lot of different ways. Like the tongue can be formed in many different things. Some women also like to be fingered during it. Some don't. Some want, never mind. It's just not never mind. But like there's a lot that can go into it.
Yeah.
And
I would like to argue though, like even if she says you can't be good at sex, I would like to argue you can be bad at sex.
yes, but if someone just goes in being like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've been told I'm great. Then no, and you just like do what you think is like, are you smelling the microphone? Does it smell bad? Something smells?
It's over here, something.
You're the only thing over there besides your dog's crate.
I think it's my dog's crate.
Oh, we got to get that out of this house.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, you can be bad, but then again, I think bad would mean, well, like, yeah, if you're like gnawing on her clit with your teeth, that's obviously, but there's probably a woman out there that likes that.
Oof.
And that's what I'm saying is it's all dependent upon the woman. You're bad if you don't take direction, you don't listen to your partner, and you just do what you want to do for their pleasure. No.
Yeah.
Like, that is bad at sex.
Yeah.
But to be good means that you go with them and you work with them and you feel it out together.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
If she's saying you're bad at eating her out, say, okay, teach me how.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Why don't you show me? That's a sexy way.
I know it is. And that would be good in bed because you're like, demonstrate, go, show me, and then repeat.
Right.
Right. There you go. Continue.
How to deal with lesbian bed death syndrome. Can you explain to them first what that is?
Lesbian bed death syndrome is when a lesbian couple has been together for a long period of time and both of them stop initiating sex, and then they're just so happy and they're emotionally fulfilled in their relationship and they love their partner, but they just don't initiate sex anymore, and then they get used to not having sex and then they stop having sex basically. So it's not that they're out of love or, they're very sexually amped, just not having sex or whatever. It's just they're emotionally fulfilled and that's it. To deal with it, I think if neither of them are wanting to have sex, I don't think there's anything that needs to be dealt with. If one is wanting to have sex and the other isn't, communication is key. Yeah, you can always try couples counseling to figure out what's going on. Each individual person could be in therapy. A lot of time for women, sex is very much related to their emotional state. So maybe they're going through something and they're depressed, or they have their own stress and they're just not in the mindset to have sex. Sorry. And then also spice things up. Like if you aren't, like if your person's not getting turned on and you want to turn them on, figure out a way to turn them on. Ask them what they like, or try things. Set up a romantic evening, do massages, set up a bath, do whatever to like get it going again. You just can't, I guess when people are in relationships for a really long time, they just stop trying as much, and you have to keep trying is my main thing. I haven't gone through this, so I can't really give a personal, like, this will work if you do this, but I've just, with any issue, communication, therapy, and trying to do better as a person and a partner, I think is just how it is. But again, if both parties have no desire to have sex, then I don't, like, if you think, I don't think it's a problem. If you're wanting to, then it's a problem, and then you do need to take steps to fix it.
Yeah. It might also be fun, like, to try experimenting stuff together, like going to like a sex shop together, or like looking up different things you could do, or like I don't know, because I feel like lesbians a lot of time get into routines
Yes.
with like our sex. And so, yeah, I feel like going and getting a new toy or like trying something new or trying something a little risque, as long as you both are comfortable with it, I feel like that would be really cool.
Yeah. I mean, just doing different things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go if your same routine is leading you to no sex, do a different routine.
There you go. I know you're supposed to pee after sex. What?
I just keep forgetting what this podcast is.
Yeah.
It's just sex.
Yeah. I know you're supposed to pee after sex, but does the same apply for masturbation?
Yeah. Yes. You're peeing to make sure nothing got up your urethra? The
Urethra?
Urethra.
You got it.
So you're peeing it all out. So your fingers are the same as someone else's fingers. Always make sure your hands or the person who's touching his hands have been washed. But yeah, always pee after any sexual act down there. It's to prevent UTIs. And you can also get like a body wipe kind of thing. It's like a feminine wipe. There's a bunch on Amazon that afterwards you can also wipe yourself up to make sure you don't get yeast infections too. So your pH balance doesn't get off from either like semen, tongues, saliva, or gels. Those can all, like if you get a lot of UTIs or yeast infections, it's because your pH balance gets off or infection gets up. So just make sure you're clean afterwards. Pee, wipe. That's the end.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does everyone's vagina smell and taste the same?
No. It has to do with your own body, hormones, what you eat, how much you hydrate, how much you exercise, what you eat. So everyone is different. And some have absolutely no smell. Some have a little bit of smell. Some only smell after working out. Everything is normal as long as it's not so pungent that it seems like you should go to a doctor, which isn't a shameful thing. Just go to a doctor. You might have BV. I think we talked about this a while ago. Yeah, everyone's different. And yeah, but if you've heard, like, if you eat a buttload of pineapple, you'll taste sweeter. What you eat goes into it. But you have to eat like 6 pineapples a day for like a week for that to be a thing. Just so everyone knows. You can't like drink a glass of pineapple juice and be like, I taste delicious. It's a little more than that. HelloFresh. HelloFresh is our sponsor for today. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit service. Fall is here, and enjoy the freshest fall flavors. Every HelloFresh recipe includes ripe, just-picked produce that travels from farm to door in less than a week. And fall is the perfect time to cozy up with some delicious treats. Get the whole family involved with HelloFresh's limited edition kid-friendly baking kits. I kind of want to try that out for myself. I love HelloFresh. They make cooking very easy for me, and they make it not as wasteful because they give you pre-portioned ingredients on everything you need. So if you need a quarter of a lime, they give you a quarter of a lime, not the whole lime. It's fantastic. So if you guys want to go over to HelloFresh.com/RU16 and use code RU16, you will get 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. That is HelloFresh.com/the letter R, the letter U, the number 1, and the number 6, RU16. It's amazing, guys. There's a reason it's America's #1 meal kit service. Next, Emily.
What is the normal amount of nipple hair?
Oh. I don't know the answer to this. I think every body is different. Again, Emily, stop smelling things over there.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's bothering me.
Okay, well, we'll get rid of your dog's crate. We'll wash you, and then we'll wash.
I showered this morning.
Then we'll wash the chair. Anyway, nipple hair. All women have a little bit of, like, whether you can see it or not, hair around their nipple. Like sometimes there's like 1 or 2. That's normal. Also, it doesn't really matter. And if you have any hair and you don't like it, shave it or wax it or laser it. If you like your hair, keep it. I think a few hairs is across the board the average. I would say the average, not normal. The average is a couple hairs here and there.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. For women, at least, that I know of. But I don't know all the nipples in the world. I haven't looked at them all. Next. Emily, how many hairs do you have?
Okay, I have to say, I think I noticed my first one when I was like 16, and then I plucked it, and I haven't had one since. Yeah. But I do. I'll get a random long hair on the underside of my chin every once in a while.
I know a lot of girls who get those.
Oh my God. And I pluck it, and it just comes right. Oh my God. It comes
my
right
friend
back.
Kelly in high school used to always be like, Rachel, it's time. And we'd run out to my car during theater. And I had a pair of pliers in my car.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. And I would use pliers to pluck them out.
Why not just?
I didn't have tweezers in my car. I had pliers. It was like one of those multi-tools in case I broke down on the side of the road.
You were such a lesbian before you were a lesbian.
Yes. 1,000%.
Oh my God.
I am who I am. I always have been.
Yeah.
After I came out, still same me.
Do you not get nipple hair?
I get like a few every once in a while. And I only notice them when I'm in the shower and you can kind of see them move with the water.
Oh.
Like when I'm like naked and dry, I don't notice them at all. And you're looking at your nipples, aren't you?
Well, now I'm going to look in the shower tomorrow. Maybe I just
well,
don't
you can
notice.
just kind of see, because in the shower, like things move different. And
yeah.
I guess it gets a little darker because when things are wet, they're darker. And I see it then, but I think I've shaved it like twice, but I never noticed them unless I'm in the shower.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, everyone has nipple hair.
Yeah, it's normal to have it. I think the average is a few strands for women, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's not a big deal.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Next question.
How do you properly use a strap-on? I'm a baby gay and I have no idea what to do or buy.
There is a world of strap-ons. There are so many different types. You can get the boxer brief kinds where it looks like underwear, and then there's a little tiny hole in the front for you to stick is it a dildo? What do you call them? Dildo strap-ons?
I think I just call everything that is included in that ensemble a strap-on.
Okay, it's a strap-on. So the silicone sticks through the hole. But then there's also the ones with like that look like a climbing harness. And those also have a hole in the front that you just stick the silicone through. But there is endless amounts of the silicone part. Like there are some with balls and some without. There are some that are like weighted. There's ones that are veiny. There's ones that are just like purple. There's some that are rainbow. There's some that are nude. There's some that are red. There's some with hearts all over them. Whatever looks more aesthetically pleasing to you. Some people really like the veiny, real looking kind. Little aggressive for me, but some people really like that. Some people like to just be like, I don't really want to know what it is. I want it to be a rainbow of colors. They also have different sizes. They have different shapes. They have different weights. They're ribbed. There's a head. There's no head. You have to figure out what works best for you. So first I would go aesthetically pleasing. What's going to be less aggressive to you? And then figure out if you would feel more comfortable wearing the underwear or the harness. And you just kind of go from there. And you I know that they can get expensive, so it's not like the nicest, like, well, let's just try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They can get expensive. So I would go aesthetically pleasing first.
And like size first, I think.
Well, the aesthetically pleasing ones all usually come in different sizes.
Yeah.
And then you can go, small, medium, large, basically. It's like 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch, all the way up to 12-inch. 12 might be a bit aggressive for your first. I would say no to that. But yeah, figure out what you think would be the best for you and go from there.
And you can also find strap-ons where it like is for both people at the same time. So like if you're the one wearing the strap-on, you can put a little vibrator.
Oh, the bullet vibrators in there. Yeah, they have a little pocket for those.
You can slide it into your harness, so while you're penetrating your partner, you're also
being stimulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are cool.
There's a whole realm. I did a brand deal for Love Honey on my main channel. I also know that, what is it? Belisa has a sex shop. It's a woman-run one.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, Belisa. Bellesa? Bellesa. I believe it's also a porn site for women, but they have a boutique, which is a sex shop. So it's just for women. Well, I mean, that it's run by women, geared towards women, but anyone can shop there. And yeah, so it's the website's all aesthetically pleasing, like light colors and pastels, and doesn't seem so like whips, chains, dark, deep red, like there's a weird room in the back that creepy men come out of. It's a more light, welcoming website, if you please. So, yeah, if you want to look there, they have blogs and stuff, and they have people do a lot of customer reviews where they kind of explain the pros and cons of each one. So it takes a little research and just to figure out what you like.
Yeah. Well, and I think this question too is like, how do you, like, not only how do you pick one, but like, how do you use one?
You put it on. You put it on.
Yeah.
Lube sometimes is needed. Usually, for a silicone thing, you would need it. Then I would just say that's explaiing sex. That's sex. So
yeah, I would just say like prep. Like don't just shove it in. Like
no. Always whoever is being penetrated needs to be geared up first.
Yeah.
You don't just run a marathon, get out of bed and run a marathon, right? You got to get up, you got to stretch, you got to hydrate, you got to, loosen up the joints a little bit, and then you do a light little jog, and then you run, right? So you got to get it going first. You may start with fingers just to see if we're open, because the vagina sometimes is like, no, I don't want anything in me. Nope. And then sometimes it's like, why am I not being filled? So you got to see what it wants. And you never know. There's times where you want it. There's sometimes when you don't. So that's communication. That's feeling it out. And then a slow penetration at first, especially if it's your first time, always better than just going hard in there. So feel it out. And then the person receiving can tell you harder, faster, deeper, what. Or no, I don't think I want it today. So.
How much does your first time hurt?
With it shouldn't. In my personal opinion, your first time should not hurt. Snoop, he's ready for his first time. My dog is laying just on his back, completely spread eagle. I love you, dude. I don't think of the first time should hurt at all. I know some women talk about how like their what is it? The hymen?
Yeah.
It gets ripped. That can rip without you realizing when you're a kid riding a bike.
Yeah.
If your body is prepped, amped, and ready, you should be open and going. And if the other person knows what they're doing, make sure everything's lubricated, going slow and soft and feeling it out. I don't think the first time should hurt. Some people's first time, I think a lot of people's do hurt because it's usually teenagers that don't really know what they're doing, and what happens most of the time is guys mimic porn, and that's usually real aggressive. Go slow, go soft, feel it out, communicate, gear everyone up. Okay, we're not just close off shoving it in. We're feeling it out. We're feeling the body. We're feeling the tension. We're releasing the tension, and we're opening, and then we're going. Yeah?
Blossoming like a flower.
Would you agree that it shouldn't really hurt?
Yeah. I mean, I think it also depends on like the size of your partner, or like the
that
size,
is true.
like the size of what they're using.
Are we talking about any sex, straight or gay?
Any penetrative sex.
And it's any penetrative sex, yes. If it's not penetrative, it should not hurt at all.
Nope.
Okay. In a heterosexual or a vagina penis, sometimes vaginas are too small and the penis is too big. That is true. It's just never going to happen. That's just what it is.
You can do like dilation therapy if you're like really committed to making it work.
That person, that's a lot of work. I'd rather just find
a lot of work. Yeah.
But that is a thing. If you're using a toy, build up to the size you want.
Yeah.
Again, that's communication, feeling it out, going.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well, and sometimes it might like feel fine at first, and then like you get nervous or like
dry up.
Yeah, you might dry up. It's all about like feeling it out and seeing what's right in the moment.
Yeah. And that's why you should, if you're doing something for the first time, do it with someone you're comfortable with.
Yes.
Never just do it because you feel pressured or you just want to get it over with, or you just want, it's always better if it's someone you can talk to and will understand and not get offended if you say stop.
Yeah. I was given terrible advice.
My girlfriend's calling. Baby.
Oh my God.
Sorry, my girlfriend called me, and I always answer when my girlfriend calls me, but this was a great place to check to see if we have a sponsor for today. Sponsor! This episode of Rachel Uncensored is sponsored by Hinge, the dating app that believes anyone looking for love should be able to find it. I actually met my girlfriend Abby on Hinge. It only took me 3 days on the app to find her, but it took me months to get the courage to jump into the dating world after coming out. I had no queer women friends to help me navigate that world, and I didn't know how to tell a woman that they would be my first gay experience. And it's stories like these why Hinge came out with NFAQs, not so frequently asked questions, to help our community navigate the complicated world of LGBTQIA+ dating. Hinge is bringing you not so frequently asked questions. It's answers to queer questions not talked about enough. It's a new resource to help you navigate the less straightforward areas of dating. You can even submit your own questions through the website. To learn more or hear different perspectives on these not so frequently asked questions, go to hinge.nfaq.co. That's hinge.nfaq.co. All right, and we're back. I forgot what we were talking about.
First time hurting.
Oh yeah. I don't think it should hurt usually unless the penis is too big for the vagina or your toy is too big. That's it. But it shouldn't hurt other than that.
I think there's also like certain medical conditions that can make it hurt.
Oh my goodness, there's so much. If everything fits correctly and you're good to go, there should be no pain.
There you go.
There.
You ready?
Yeah.
How should I shave my pussy?
With a razor and a little either shaving cream or soap. So it depends on the type of hair and skin you have. Some girls were going to get razor burn like every time like you get bumpy and shit. I forgot I can swear on here. To that I say waxing, sugar waxing is probably more of a way to go for you. It is annoying because you do have to like grow it out if you don't want hair and it's like growing out and it's a whole thing. But a lot of people say shave with the flow of the hair. I have a type of body I can shave against and nothing happens. I didn't know that this wasn't the norm, but you just spread everything, make tension with your skin and just shave. That's what I've always done. I've never had an issue really shaving down there. I would get little bumps every once in a while, little ingrown hairs. But I eventually ended up getting laser hair removal and now I don't have to worry about it at all. But, don't shave your clit. Be aware of that. You don't want to cut that. Gently, do everything gently. But yeah, spread, make tension with your, grab one side, tension with your hand, shave the other side, open some lips, some folds, make sure there's no hair in there. Just slow, steady, smooth, gentle, and figure out your type of hair. If you need to shave with it or against it, that's your own body. And, and then lotion afterwards. Make sure you put lotion or aloe or something on afterwards so it doesn't break out more. Emily, you have anything else to say?
I sugar scrub my vag before I shave it.
You sugar scrub?
Yeah, the outside, not the inside. Use a sugar scrub in the shower to get rid of all the dead hair or the dead skin and stuff.
I've been meaning to get some because with my laser hair removal, the best thing to do is a week after sugar scrub, and I'm cute. I've never done it.
It makes it last a lot longer.
Really?
And I get less razor burn when I do that.
I want some.
Yeah, there's some on Amazon that I really like, and it smells good.
I'll get that. You're just supposed to sugar scrub your body a lot. It's just good for you.
I do it before I shave. So
how often do you shave?
Every 2 days.
Yeah. Huh. All right. My dog is living his best life on my ground right now. All right. I'm going to get some sugar scrub. I love conversations. You'll learn. You'll learn. How are you going to learn if you don't have conversations? Continue.
Did we talk about this? What is the knee thing?
I've talked about, I don't know what the knee thing is. So
someone tell us. Help.
I think I talked to JoJo about it. I'm getting my sexual things. No, I got to phrase this correctly. I'm getting my sexual positioning questions answered by an 18. No, still wrong. Still wrong. I needed a Gen Zer to explain the Gen Z terms to me, and I found a Gen Zer. To me, I think it's the thigh thing. We were both trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
We were both like, because the thing with the internet is when people, it annoys me when people come up with a new term for something, people are too embarrassed to ask what it is, or if they do ask, half the people don't actually know. They're just going along with it, being like, yeah, I know what the knee thing is. And the other half are like, for some reason, don't want to tell us. Because I've been like, tell me what the knee thing is.
How are you going to gatekeep the knee thing?
Don't gatekeep the knee thing. But what I think it is what I think is the thigh thing, where you're just rubbing up against the clit with your thigh. Or then for some reason the Gen Zers are doing the knee.
It's so weird.
It's just grinding on the other person's leg.
Yeah.
Is what I think it is.
Same.
That's all I can think of what the knee thing would be.
Also, that does nothing for me.
It turns me on. It doesn't make me go.
Yeah.
Like, grinding is hot.
Yeah.
But I know there are women who can get off just by doing that. I thought me. I need a little bit more.
Yep. A little high maintenance.
High maintenance. BetterHelp is our sponsor for today. When faced with a challenge in life, it can be hard to switch into problem-solving mode. But a therapist is a great person to help you go from deer in headlights to a fixer, no matter how big or small the issue is. I love therapy. I've been doing it for years now, and I love how my therapist never flat out gives me the answers to my problems. She's trained me on how to guide myself to the solutions, which is a fantastic feeling. So if you're thinking about giving therapy a try, I suggest BetterHelp. It's a fantastic option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. And you can get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey, and you can switch therapists at any time if you don't vibe with the one you're originally given. So when you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/RU today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/R and the letter U. Get some therapy today, guys.
I don't feel anything when I masturbate with my fingers, like as in like penetration.
Oh, well, focus more on your clit then. Masturbating with penetration, finger penetration masturbation, I think is hard for a lot of women to come that way. Focus on your clit. The clit is gold. You don't need to like make sure you can come by finger penetration. Focus on the clit. If that's what gets you off, that's what gets you off.
And it's such a small percentage of women that can actually come from solely just being
penetration.
penetrated.
Yeah. So when you masturbate, just focus on your clit. You should be able to come with your fingers. Figure out what you like. Don't be so quick to be like, I need to come. Like, take your time. Be like, if just a lot of women seize up and can't come when they think they're on a time restraint or they think that they're being hurried to come. So be like, I have an hour set aside to like figure out my clit. Take it. You're like, I'm going to be here for an hour till I figured it out. And just that can like relieve you to the point where like it's easier to come. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
And if you're with a partner who's hurrying you to come, you shouldn't be with that partner anymore.
Ugh. Yeah. Okay, I think the last question we have is, how can you stand sitting in blood when wearing a pad? I think this is from a dude.
Or a chick. Some chicks are like super against pads.
Okay.
How can you stand sitting in blood?
I think they think the pad like holds it like a bowl.
You know, it absorbs it.
Yeah.
So you're not sitting in blood.
No.
If you take it off, there's not like blood all around your legs and shit. It absorbs it like a Band-Aid absorbs a cuts. You know, that's the same thought process, right? Some women can't. It's too painful to have a tampon or flex or diva cup inserted. Sometimes it's too painful for women. Some people really just don't like the thought of that, and that's all on them. So period panties or pads. I actually love wearing period panties to bed my first 2 nights because I'm so heavy. My flow is so heavy those first 2 nights.
I want a pair. They're just so expensive.
They are, but I would do the flex and the period panties to catch any extras. So you know how you wake up at 3 and be like, shit, am I leaking? Or you wake up in the morning, you're like, I don't want to get out of bed, but I know I'm leaking. Just wear the period panties and it absorbs it, and they're black, so you don't see anything. Because sometimes it's not fun to pull down your pants with a pad and see that blood. That's not fun for anybody. I don't think anyone gets enjoyment from that. So the black period panties actually helps a lot. But no, you're not standing in a pool of blood. It's not that at all. And if you shower, anything that was maybe got on your body will, you can be a clean person. But to each their own.
I saw a TikTok yesterday, and it was some girl, and she was like on some boardwalk, and she was going around and stopping guys and asking them how many tampons they think.
I saw that.
Yeah, women use throughout their cycle, like on their period.
Yeah.
And so many guys were like, 2?
Yeah, I have no idea. And then there were women in the comments being like, I'm a woman. I don't fucking know how many either. I wouldn't be able to answer this. And I'm like, well, I'd have to sit there and be like, okay, on my heavy days, it was like 4 to 5.
Yeah.
On a heavy day. There's 2 heavy days. So that's like 8 to 10. And then on my light day, then the 2 days following that, it's about 3 each. So that's 6. So I'm about 16. And then my last day, it's about 2. 1 in the morning, 1 in the night. So like 18 maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 to 20 would be my answer.
All the guys were like, yeah, they put 1 in for their period, right? Or some guys are like, they put 1 in the morning and 1 in at night, right?
You got to switch them out.
God.
I mean, yeah, that's, my thing with pads is that they made noise.
Yeah.
Or you could see them, like, you can't just wear whatever you want anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I had never had a problem with the fact that, like, my blood was there.
Mm-mm.
It was more the fact that it, like, didn't look cute. Or, like, you could kind of, if you wore tight jeans, like, if you wore a large pad, like, I'm not wearing little panty liners. I wear panty liners on like heavy days to make sure my underwear doesn't get ruined while also wearing a flex or a tampon.
We have heavy flows and wide set vaginas.
It's a thing. So a giant ass pad, I could see through my clothes. And while you shouldn't be embarrassed by that, it wasn't aesthetically pleasing. If you look at my ass, I want you to enjoy the view. I don't want you to see like pad lines. That's all. That's my thought process. And that's it, Em?
Yeah, you got right. The rest.
That was it. Well, that was it for Rachel Uncensored. Make sure you're following me on Instagram so when I ask for more of your awkward questions you need answered, or just I also do dirty confessions uncensored confessions. I would love to do another one of those. So please make sure you're following me on Instagram so you see when I ask for them. You can also ask your dirty questions down below. Your awkward, dirty questions. Go for it. Em will search through those for me. I like to be surprised. I don't want to think about it. I like giving my like immediate thought. I should probably put a little thought into my answers. I don't want to. That's too much effort for me because then I overthink it. I don't want to overthink it. This is the first thing that came to my brain, and the discussion is always open. Like we have discussions all the time. I'm like, this is what my brain thought. She goes, have you thought about this? I'm like, no, my brain thought's different. But thank you for listening. Next time, I believe I'm having my friend Alana on, and she is a cis, straight, white woman trying to find a boyfriend and is having to go through hell on dating apps, and she has many, many stories. So I'm hoping to snag her for the next episode. She says she wants to do it, but she's got to get her stories in order. She has quite a lot.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
She terrifies me in the best way possible.
Yeah, I'm also going to ask on Instagram for you guys to, if you have any questions or advice you need from her, because she is in the dating world and she is a straight single woman. So if you guys want to talk to her at all, I'll ask on Instagram. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. I'm going to ask you guys for some questions and whatnot for her. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you, Emily, for being here.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya.